Hi there, and welcome to Under the Brolly, the MyUmbrella podcast aiming to educate and inform the wider community about the lesser known LGBT+ sexualities, genders, identities, kinks and fetishes. MyUmbrella is a volunteer-led support group based in Reading, Berkshire for the lesser known LGBT+ identities. We were launched by Reading Pride in 2015 and our aim is to educate, support and socialise. We also aim to signpost those who require the support and advice from other organisations to the relevant services. This podcast aims to give you an introduction to both the well-known and lesser-known LGBT+ identities. My name is Steve and this month's focus is around International Non-Binary Day, which this year takes place on July the 12th. We also have a few other things to celebrate recently, as it is the NHS's 72nd birthday on the 5th of July 2020, and it was also 7 years ago on this very same day since the Intersex flag was first used. The Intersex flag was created by Morgan Carpenter, an intersex human rights activist from Australia. The flag consists of a yellow background with a purple circle which is unbroken and unornamented, symbolising wholeness and completeness and our potentialities. Intersex is a general term used for a variety of conditions in which a person is born with a reproductive or sexual anatomy that doesn't seem to fit the typical definitions of female or male. For example, a person might be born appearing to be female on the outside but having mostly male typical anatomy on the inside. However, it is important to note that intersex is a recognised gender. Intersex people are individuals born with any of several variations in sex characteristics, including chromosomes, gonads, sex hormones, or genitals, that according to the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights do not fit the typical definitions for male or female bodies. The other big event that will be taking place between today's show and our next episode is International Non-Binary Day, which takes place on July the 12th. Non-binary is an umbrella term used to describe people who identify with a gender outside of the gender binary. It can be categorised under the trans umbrella term, although not all non-binary people identify as trans. The word non-binary describes a wide array of different identities which fall outside of the gender binary and can be related to or completely separate from male and female gender identities. What is the gender binary, I hear you ask? The gender binary is the assumption that all people are one of two genders, female or male, or woman or man. People who identify as man or woman identify as a binary gender, since they identify with a gender within the system of the gender binary. A non-binary person simply identifies with a gender that is not male or female. Kai Rowing created the non-binary pride flag in 2014. It consists of a yellow, white, purple and black horizontal stripe and is intended to represent non-binary people who do not feel that the genderqueer flag represents them. The yellow stripe represents people whose gender exists outside of the binary. The white stripe represents people with many or all genders, the purple people with genders considered a mix of male and female, and the black people who identify as not having a gender. So what is the difference between genderqueer and non-binary? Genderqueer means non-normative or queer gender, while non-binary means gender that falls outside the gender binary model. Both of these terms are extremely similar in scope, however in practice their connotations are slightly different. Genderqueer comes with political connotations of queer, which is reclaimed as a slur word, with a strong association with a countercultural sexuality movement that sets itself apart from the mainstream LGBT+ community. By contrast, non-binary is more politically neutral in its connotations. Non-binary was coined as a descriptive term, originally simply non-binary gender, used to describe the range of experiences that fall outside of the binary gender model. Non-binary is intended to simply cover the widest range of identities and experiences. So there you have it. Intersex, non-binary and genderqueer all in one episode. For those of you who wish to find out more about all the different LGBT+ identities, sexualities, genders, kinks and fetishes, bi-weekly at 7 p.m. on a Sunday evening, you can join the team and myself for Under the Brolly Live. The team will be broadcasting many live video podcasts on Facebook to bring some LGBT+ colour and fun into your living rooms and bedrooms, while we are unable to get out on the road to visit all the different prides that we would normally be doing this time of year. Hit us up on the event to be reminded, and we look forward to seeing you there. It does promise to be fun, interactive and informative. But of course, in advance of Sunday, you can also get hold of our LGBT+ mini fact sheets and our MyUmbrella guide to LGBT+ available from our online shop, which is located at www.myumbrella.org.uk/shop. Here you will also find loads of lovely merch in the forms of badges, keyrings, bottle openers, magnets and coasters in a huge selection of various flag designs. And even better, we can now offer personalised products with various flag combinations and can produce almost any flag that is not currently featured on our listings. If you do fancy being part of any future shows, do get in touch, details to follow. Don't worry about people knowing your name or hearing your voice, because we have ways and means to disguise this and you don't have to use your real name. And of course, if any of you want to find out more about MyUmbrella, or even regarding the whereabouts of where we're next going to be turning up, or any socials that we will be running monthly, please feel free to check our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter platforms for more information. Just type in MyUmbrella into the search bar of any of these and you will find us. As always, for those of you who listen regularly, you don't just need to turn up to a Pride or social event where we are attending to get involved with the show. We would love to hear from any of you out there who want us to showcase your LGBT+ identity or who have any other suggestions for our podcast. Just drop us an email to info@myumbrella.org.uk and put in the subject line Under the Brolly and let us know what LGBT+ identity, sexuality, gender, kink or fetish you would like us to feature. It could be yours or one that you've never heard of. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye!